We're back for the beginning of the year. We're trying something a little bit different at the moment. We are going to film some of our own content this way in store, and then Garage Ponies is still going to edit it, so we're going to see how these videos come out. We're going to try something new for this year. If it doesn't work out, then we'll have to get the man himself back in the vlogs. But they're going to kind of be a bit more vloggy style, kind of a bit more involved from our side. But yeah, here we are today. Pretty busy. Got some exciting stuff on. Melvin's BMW S2000, whatever you want to call it. I'll get Jeremy to have a chat about that soon. But for those of you who haven't seen this car, the engine's mounted back in the dash, which is cool. Dan's just pulling in a Supra. Got an RT charger here. Oh look, it's home by 11. Tony, you're on camera, what are you doing?
Putting wires back together that fell apart. Due to old age, the insulation on the wire has gotten old, and because it was soldered inside the engine bay, soldering doesn't really work inside engine bays because due to vibration and heat, it can fatigue, which has causing us to have quite and see how we go.
So that was the professional answer. The answer that you guys want to hear was we plugged in the loom and shit's fucked, doesn't work. We had no sensor voltage and no stati, no bueno, no kaput, nothing. But nice little B series, Brandon's car, big turbo, be pretty cool, full forged engine, see how that goes. Chaser that we've, again, Mark II that we started working on, fabbed up downpipe the other day, still got the intercooler piping and bits and pieces to do with the wastegate merge, but that's a full wire. Kelly freshened up the, oh, speaking of Kelly, so for those of you who don't know, Kelly's back. Look, these two geniuses are back, they're together. So you guys probably don't know, but they decided that they wanted to part ways with us for a little bit, and now they're back. So, and back home. They come back to mother's milk. No.
To the boomerang.
Yeah. So the boys are back, which is mean. That's so good to have them back. They were missed for the couple of weeks that they weren't here. And Matt's gonna have to get used to this. We have a new staff member. He's smiling and being awkward, and now he's trying to concentrate on his job.
Trying to concentrate.
Hee hee.
What's possible?
Matt built some sick Hondas back in the day. We were looking for a new team member, so hit him up, and now he's here, which is awesome. He's built some pretty sick cars in the past, so but right now he's not doing anything cool. He's replacing drum shoes.
Lots of fun.
But he is also building an FK8 at the moment, so. But the main story of the day, when the EK moves, I have some insane exciting news about Mr. Ford Focus that you would have seen sitting in the background, slowly been getting put together, but we want to try and make a push. The owner of the car wants to talk about taking it to Time Attack in Australia, so we're going to break that down soon and lay all the parts out, show you what we're up to, what we've done so far, and we'll go from there. Right, I finally want to get some filming done. What are you doing, Jeremy?
I am finding connectors for this harness. So
did you find the S2000 harness we were looking for?
No, I found S2000 better speed, same as the automatic like CL7, so what did I do? It's amazing what Honda have the same connector, but you get stuck with like a pin that's the wrong pin, so I'm doing mix and match. So I'm going to order an idle speed controller, but the keys are different. So same pins, different keys. So order one of him, reuse him.
Yeah.
Stuff you got to do to make shit work.
So we'll get to the Ford in a minute. I'm just waiting for someone to stop grooming a vehicle. Jeremy is wiring the BMW 2000. Finally got a chance to do some bloody videoing. Junie's car is in. S2000 powered BMW. It's just been crazy around here. Troy is away on a course. What are you two geniuses doing while I can't film over there? Sorry, what are you three geniuses doing?
Me and Elias are fucking mounting some skew blade and small fans to cool down this JZ. We're trying to give it the best chance of staying cold as it can, especially during burnouts when you don't have a lot of vehicle speed and you only got wheel speed. It is essential to keep the car cold. And he's just breaking stuff.
Did you just break something, Kelly?
I dropped something on the earline and it burst, so that's alright, we'll just shorten it.
Elias is trying to hide off camera, but he's right there. For you who don't know who the little German is, we got a new German. We sponsored him. Getting there. Downpipe's done, they're pulling the wiring out now, coolant pipes, etc, etc. Is the bonnet open on the DC2? Got to unlock it. It's got those Cusco flush pins on the bonnet. I'll talk about this quickly while I'm still waiting for the Ford to come free. This DC2, I built this, it's got to be 9 years or so ago now. I built it for a friend of mine named Matt, who owns a DC5 that you guys would have seen earlier on. Then Matt sold it to a good customer and a good friend of mine named Junie. Junie's taken the car and cleaned it up a little bit and added some bits and pieces. So it's a K20R out of a DC5, BC cams, ported head. It has a spoon transmission. Let's see if I can get in there. Can you see? A spoon transmission, 5.1 final drive. It's just recently been converted to a Haltech. It used to have a Honda in it back in the day. Very cool little car, this one. I'm glad it went to an owner like Junie because he takes such good care of it, and it's nice to see when nice things don't get wrecked, they go to people that appreciate them. Very, very cool car. Junie's added his own touches too, like his own steering wheel and some seats and bits and pieces. He does track days in this thing all the time, so that's cool. Right, the Focus. Now I thought it was about time we introduced this car. We're doing a big push on it. This has been a car that's been in the build now for quite a while. Lots of starts and stops and change of direction. Lots of different discussions have been had over the build process of this car. Originally it was going to be something that's got to be road legal, and then it was getting done for NZGDR, and now we kind of changed it up a bit and decided, well, the customer decided that he wants to go full-time attack on it. So we're going to have a chat about the Ford. Where to start? We'll start around the back first because all the cool stuff's in the front. It has a beautifully made exhaust done by Nathan before he left. Same with all the crash bars and bits and pieces. The suspension is all getting taken care of by Hard Race. So Hard Race have got a full suspension catalogue kit for this coming with custom coilovers, external reservoir ones, every single adjustable arm that they do for these. So that sort of stuff should be here in the next kind of few weeks, and it's going to be quite spicy. Fuel cell, sorry, not fuel cell, the surge tank and everything's all under here, under a sort of false firewall. Power steering pump's mounted down here in the back. The roll cage in this car is something pretty spectacular. This was actually done by a friend of mine years ago when the initial concept of this car sort of came to fruition. The roll cage in this car is actually a rally spec cage, which is almost a one-to-one copy of a Ken block cage that he had in one of his Fords. So it is spectacular. Graham at SMS Fab, when he made this, did an amazing job. Like if you actually have a look up here, it is so close to all of the A-pillars and stuff. It's like, that's how your cage should fit down here. It's pretty much touching. So good. We've recently put in this vent up here as well, so we've got some air conditioning for the driver. It's got a custom dash bar as well, all side intrusion, which is super tidy. The owner of the car is quite a tall man who you will meet at some stage, so we needed to make sure he had enough clearance for his helmet. It wasn't too hard for him to get in and out. None of the bits and pieces in the dash are going to stay in here, it's just going to be a shell, but it was just all in there for aesthetics at this point. But this car is going to be something special. The hard thing about this being a Mark II is they don't make parts for this, so everything that we've done we've had to custom make. Widen the guards to fit in this. This is the wheel that he'll be running, so it is a Lenzo 18 by 11. We're going to have to talk to our mates at Endless New Zealand or Pro Sport Auto about getting some discs made, because we're going to be running these Audi RS6 calipers. I don't think you actually realise how freaking wide this is. It's pretty sick. All the custom bar work to house everything. We've got a Mishimoto core with custom tanks, Wagner intercooler, custom made air intake. So this air intake actually sits in the grille. So that whole mouth there is actually in the part of the bumper. It's quite a cool little package, and then we'll start talking about this stuff. Now, the engine is a Hartley built full custom 5-cylinder. It is a Volvo engine. It has Hartley's own custom porting, camshafts, custom pistons, custom rods. The engine's built to do over sort of 1200 horsepower, which is where we're going with it. The target's sort of around that 1000 to 1100 horsepower. We have an extreme triple plate clutch for it. Again, this thing's supposed to be able to hold around 1500 newton meters, which is what we're probably going to be hitting, I would imagine. So this is the turbo kit. We made this quite a while ago. It's a Sidewinder style with a big EFR, 60mm Turbo Smart wastegate, all sits. So the headers, and then we have a up pipe which mounts all of that on top of the gearbox, purely just because there's not enough room. You can kind of see some of Hartley's machine work he's made, all dialed on his cams. There is nothing in this engine that is kind of original Volvo. It is all built by Hartley's, and it will be quite a spectacular engine when we finally fire this up for the first time. Just arrived from the UK, quite sequential to complement that nice clutch. Again, another piece to the puzzle that we were looking for. The customer wanted to move. Originally the discussion was to leave it H pattern and get sort of like a dog box made, but the customer's now decided that he wanted to go to sequential. So we've just unpacked that kit. So yeah, this is one of those types of cars where it takes a long time. There's nothing really off the shelf we can do, and the parts that are available for these types of things are legitimately just for road cars. So everything that the boys have made is, yeah, it's all custom, but the car itself is going to be something special, I think. But the big exciting news is we're getting this car ready to send it to Australia for World Time Attack. The big push has started now to get it sorted together. We may or may not make it this year. We are going to try. There are things that will be delayed, hiccups we might hit along the way. It's now gone from we'll get it done, you know, building it slowly for the customer and that type of thing, to the customer now got a goal in mind. He wants to get to Australia. So that's what we're doing with it. We're going to try and get David to World Time Attack, and we're going to go with the car. So I want you guys to follow with us over the next little while as we start really smashing into this car and getting it ready for Australia. Also, if anyone else wants to come on board to help us with the car, we still need a lot of other parts, still a lot of things to get done, but it's going to be a cool journey. Can't wait to get this thing on the dyno. It's going to be absolutely off its chops for a Ford Focus. Well, it's not even really a Ford Focus anymore, but it still does have its original engine in it. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this build series now we've introduced this car. And yeah, I am sorry about the delay for the videos and everything.
It's hard for me to say I'm sorry.
Things have just been a bit hectic around here. We're all back on board now, so we're going to keep going with these regular kind of videos, and hopefully we can get back into it so you guys get something every week if you actually enjoy watching it. But yeah, talk soon.